Hi, my name is CEO Ty, and I am the founder of Educationally Speaking Center for Learning, where we are offering every child a future and hope. Welcome to Educationally Speaking, conversations that will empower and equip you to close the gaps and give your child access to the curriculum. I am so excited about today's guest. So you know today's guest as the host of Sister Circle, a sports enthusiast, the CEO of Sporty Girls Inc. and Cool Soror, but I have the pleasure of knowing her as a purpose partner, a sister, a friend, and just my village, the one I can go to and depend on. So everyone, please assist me in welcoming my sister, Rashan Ali. Hey, girl.
Hi, CEO Ty. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. So I'm still, wrapping up things from Sister Circle. So just
Yes.
to let your viewers know that, if you hear some stuff in the background, it's because people are still working, getting the show prepared for Monday. How
I
about
know, but I'm so thankful that you took time out of your schedule to meet with me. And so today is going to be different. I am usually the one interviewing
that?
the guest, but there is going to be a switch. Today, Rashan will be interviewing me.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. So
Yes.
I'm really excited about it. So we can learn more about you and why you do what you do and all of that good stuff. But I'm gonna kick things off. When did you fall in love with education?
When did I fall in love with education? So education has always been an intricate part of my life. My mother, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody is an educator in my family. But when I entered into the classroom after college, I started as a substitute first. And I saw that it wasn't just about the content or trying to teach a child standards, but I can move past that. I was able to touch the heart of a child, and I became the surrogate mother. I became the woman that they went to eat. So I was feeding kids snacks. I became everything that they needed, that putting on a Band-Aid. So I became the doctor. If I needed to play music, I became the musician. So saying, I wasn't in the classroom just to educate a child, but I was in there to change a child's life. And so that is when I fell in love with education, seeing that I can impact a child
Yeah,
life forever.
absolutely. And you still continue to do that, even with my child who has benefited tremendously from your tutoring and just not even just as a tutor, but like you said, like you become like another mother to her. And that makes a child, I think, feel so much more comfortable and be more receptive to learning. I know that has happened personally for my child. So I just want to publicly thank you for that. And with that, of course, you started off in the classroom, but there was a pull there. There was a pull there. When did you start educationally speaking and why did you feel like it was necessary?
So my last job was a special education assistive technology specialist. So I received a promotion. I wasn't in the classroom anymore. And I remember sitting in my cubicle and I was tired. I was tired of listening to everyone say we are for the children, but then going to different schools and seeing children in the 12th grade reading on a first grade level, or
Yeah.
seeing children in middle school, they're unable to sound out words. And I was like, whoa, I have to do something different. So I was sitting in my cubicle and God was just like, it's time for you to step out on faith and start your business. And I was like, what business? I don't have a business. I'm not even thinking about this. And so he just gave me the idea of educationally speaking and just said, go open up a center. And, you know, for me, I'm a faith walker. So I was just like, okay, if you call me to this, then you're going to provide for me. And literally every door started opening and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to start a center that looked different from the school system and just make sure that we were meeting kids where they are. Because let's be honest, when you have a teacher in the classroom with 38 kids, they can't meet the needs of every child. And so we work with our children in a one-on-one setting. And I wanted to be that. I wanted to test them and then say, you know what, I can meet the child where they are and identify the deficit and then create a plan in order to move them forward.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. You don't get that individualized attention in the classroom, which is why, educationally speaking, is so important. Talk to me about like some of the lives that you've seen changed and the way the parents look when they see a breakthrough in their child.
Man, so it's so many. Since starting, we have served over 500 children in our various programs. But one child, I remember he came to me and he didn't know how to read, didn't know his sounds, nothing. And he also had behavior problems. So he was kicked out of school, but he's only 5. So kicked
Right.
out of school. So he was coming to me for homeschool, you know, a couple of hours a day. And the breakthrough came when I was able to reach him. Like he would literally kick me, fight me, everything. But I stayed the course, worked with him. I was that mother to him. Like, we're going to do this. And just seeing the mom, you know, light up when she would see him grow, looking at her face when she saw him read the first time, seeing her reaction when she realized that her child didn't have the behavior issues that he had before. So it was like, we're not just doing education, reading, we're doing education and we're looking at the whole child. So we're impacting them socially, emotionally, and academically in order to move them forward.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing. And just not only that, you know, my parents see educationally speaking as a safe place. So they come to me, they confide in me. I pray for my parents. So essentially, educationally speaking is like a village. They can find what they need there.
Yeah. Um, Gosh, it was on the tip of my tongue. It was coming right after that. Oh, have you noticed that when you have a breakthrough, say, for instance, in this child, when a public school or just a school in general says there's a behavioral issue, how many times is it really an educational learning difference?
Every single time.
Wow.
I remember, because when you think about it, if you're moving forward in the curriculum because teachers have to move forward and the child doesn't get it, what do you think the child is going to do? The child is going to be disruptive in class. The child is going to talk in class. The child is going to draw the attention to them because they can't, you know, they don't know the work. So if I don't know the work, I'm going to be a class clown. I'm going to cut up, you know, or I'm going to do something to get kicked out of the classroom. But I see that often. I remember I had a child in our summer camp program, and he was kicked out of school frequently in the first grade. And yeah, crazy. But the problem was he was ahead of his peers. So we moved him to the next class. No behavior problems at all. This same child that was kicked out of school came to our program for 5 weeks and transformed. It was amazing. His father was like, I don't even know that child. You know, so it's about, again, going back, pouring into that child, seeing what that child needs, and then meeting them exactly where they are. If the teacher said, this child is ahead of his peers, and she would have moved him, then she would have seen a difference.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. And obviously you've been able to see so much in the classroom, not only for yourself as a teacher, but for your own children. And so now you're balancing homeschool,
Yes,
educationally speaking,
yes,
being a wife, being a mother, all together. So let's
yes.
talk about why your decision to homeschool your own children.
So I have a couple of reasons why. So my biggest reason was just me not being able to spend time with my kids. They would leave. My husband is an educator as well, so they would leave the house at 6:30, and then they would come back home 5, 6, 7 in the evening, depending on whatever activities they had. And so they're with this teacher 8 hours a day. Then they're going to their extracurricular activities. I'm not sitting at the table with my girls for dinner. And by the time they get home and finish whatever homework they had, it's time to go to bed, and then we're starting over again. And I couldn't have that happen. In addition to that, just I didn't want my children to be lab rats. I didn't want them to, be tested, the Georgia milestones, and then the MAPS assessment, and just tested over and over and over again. And they were freaking out about these tests. And just, I wanted them to be able to be in a community with like-minded people, that operate and have the same beliefs that I do. And in public school, kids are exposed to a lot, and I wanted to make sure that, I don't want to say control, but I was able to facilitate and be intentional about the environment that my children are in. And I wanted to be their first teacher because I have the expertise to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of people that don't have that opportunity.
Right.
They have they just can't afford, not even afford to do it, but just can't do it.
Right.
That sounds beautiful to me, but that's not how my life is set up.
Right.
Often people like me that desire the same type of thing that they want for their children, but still try to maintain it through the public school system.
Well, so for me, it was hard as well. Having educationally speaking, Leslie working full time and saying, I want to homeschool my kids, it was a work in progress. And we literally prayed for 2 years and created a plan in order for this to work. I have a part-time job where I actually am the reading, facilitator at their cohort. So they go to their cohort 2 days a week. And so I'm the reading facilitator. So it works there. But there are parents who say, I can't do this. Like, I don't have the schedule. So my advice to them, or the monies, my advice to them is make sure, or try to create a community where you can, work with someone to say, okay, I want to homeschool my child. I'm working full time. Can we work this out? Or can we create a plan? And honestly, a lot of parents don't have the flexibility to do it. So if you're a parent and your child is in a public school, my advice to you would be involved, with your child. Stay up to the school. If the teacher is sending notes home and they have concerns about your child's academics, make sure you're addressing those concerns and you're partnering with the teacher in order, to find the best outcome for your child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's go back, and I know you probably have talked about this on your show about the testing. I mean, I'm one of those parents that, I try not to put the unneeded pressure about the Georgia milestones and all of these tests, but because everything is so performance based, and especially for the teacher in that classroom, how do you make sure the children aren't stressed? Because now my daughter, who you know very well, she's thinking about the milestone, which will have an adverse effect when the day of the test comes.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen so many children, when I used to administer the test, they would be sick, like literally throwing up just in the bathroom. And I'm like, we can't continue to do this to our children. So one thing that I've learned is that you have to speak to your child and pour into them the entire year, and remind them that this test isn't to judge you. This test isn't going to hold you back. This test isn't some type of monster. You're taking this test just so the teachers can see where you are academically. And when they receive the results, they want to help you. So they use that data in order to help you. So that's how you present it to the child. But a lot of our children are stressed out because the teachers are saying, you need to pass this test. Everything is riding on you passing this test. And so it's normal for the kids to freak out. But if they set that tone in the classroom, if you set that tone all during the school year, then the child will be chill about the test, and they won't have to work. Like, some teachers I've heard have told children, if you don't pass the test, you're going to fail. Like, you can't tell a child that.
Right.
This is important to them. And this is a major deal to them. So they're not going to fail. They're going to do their best. And this test is going to show them exactly where they are.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. Um, the day to day, as far as educationally speaking, and again, balancing it all, what does educationally speaking look like for you now? And how is it different from when you started?
Woo, woo, child, I'm tired.
We got
So
the
I know. So when we first started educationally speaking, it was just tutoring and Saturday school. That's it. But now, since we've grown, we offer so many, well, and also our out of the box summer program. But now that we've grown, we offer so many services to our parents. We do homeschool consultations, the summer program, tutoring. I do in-home tutoring and homeschool tutoring as well. I do business consultations where I teach people how to build a tutoring business. I go into schools and I teach teachers or educators how to teach children reading. So I have contracts with school systems. So it keeps me very busy. Sometimes I don't know how I'm doing it, but it gets done.
Yeah.
So we have grown so much, so much.
What's the future like for educationally speaking?
Man, the future. So I'm thinking about the future right now. I am in the process of trying to secure a van. So if you're watching this and you have the finances, because we're 501c3,
Give me the money.
right, run me my money. Or if you just have it in your heart to donate, we are actually looking for a Sprinter van because we are going mobile and we are going to become a mobile classroom. So that is on the table. In addition to that, I am in the process of recording so that I can have a reading course available for my parents so they can click on a button and just, go through the 5 areas of reading and have tips and strategies to assist them in every area. And they won't have to, and they're practical. So you don't have to, you just need a few things and I work with children so that you can see how it gets done. And it's easy. I want my parents to be empowered. I want to be like the educational resource queen where they can go to my YouTube channel, go to my blog, and be able to find anything they need.
That is really good.
Yes.
Yes, you talked a lot, obviously, about your faith. How does that play a role in your business decisions?
Man, my faith is everything. I do not move until God tells me to move. A lot of people will say, Ty, you should open up a full-fledged school. And I'm like, nope, that's not where he's calling me. And every season is different. Every season for educationally speaking looks different. And I have to make sure that I'm in tune with God and what he's telling me to do. I never want to be out of his will because I don't want to just create programs to say, oh, it's available. There are a lot of funds in education, so I can create products and courses. And I don't want to do that. I want to be intentional and make sure that everything that I'm doing is for his people and for children. So I want to be right. I want to, just make sure that everything is right so that, the outcome is I'm impacting his people and not doing this because I want to do it. Because we all call ourselves like, I'm a boss, I'm a CEO, but at the end of the day, I don't run this, he does. I'm just a facilitator and I'm doing his work. And at any time, he can pull me from the work. So I just want to be obedient.
Right. Obviously, your focus is reading. Can you talk to your viewers about how reading is it is the impetus for everything through
Yeah.
men, everything. Talk about the importance of why that is your focus.
That's my focus. And you answer the question because
I sure did, didn't
you answer the question. It is the foundation for everything. I have so many parents that come to me and say, my child doesn't like reading. And it's not that they don't like reading, it's that they have a deficit in reading. So when you see your child, that light bulb go off, you'll see that they will love reading. So it's the foundation for math with the Georgia Performance Standards. Everything is just focused on, word problems. Just think about it. If your child has a deficit in reading, then guess what? They can't read the math problem.
Right.
So it is the foundation again for everything.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Just
So
being all sister circle.
I know everybody's like, bye, bye. Have a good weekend. That's our she keeps us all the way looking good.
I know.
Right. So if people are interested in uh, you know, using your services or getting more information about homeschool or how they can supplement their public and private school children, what do they need to do?
So if you want our services, then you can contact me at educationallyspeaking.net. You can send me an email at educatespeak@gmail.com. This is what I tell my parents. Look at my blog. This is what I've done for you. I have free resources on the blog, educationallyspeaking.blog. There are free resources. I have put the standards by grade level on the blog and in reading and math. So you don't even have to go to the website. All you have to do is go to my blog by grade level. I also have a list of websites and apps that you can use with your child that are tried and true. I've already used them, researched them. I have that already lined up for you. All you need to do is click on it and it will go directly to the websites. They're free resources. So my parents keep saying, you know, CEO Ty, what can I do? And I'm like, go to my blog. It's already there for you. So, and then make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because I upload videos to help parents in reading. So subscribe, Educationally Speaking Center for Learning.
What does it make you feel like to know that you're helping change the lives of not only students, but parents?
Man, it makes me feel proud. I cry a lot, a lot. And it just makes me reflect and say, a person that was raised in the country and, you know, just a little girl, I'm this, and not so much that I'm all that, but I became this. When you're young, you don't think that you have the ability to impact people. And when I started just working in my gift and seeing the lives that were changed, seeing the testimonies, and just hearing the parents, you know, say thank you and just crying, that alone, you can't pay for that, like at all. So I am very appreciative and just thankful that God is using me to do this work. So I'm very thankful.
Good. Fill in the blank. Educationally speaking is.
Educationally speaking is. Educationally speaking is, oh my God, we are so many things. Educationally speaking.
I can fill it in for you.
Wait, educationally speaking is the bridge to connect the child to the curriculum. Let me write that down.
One more time. Put people in the back.
Right. We are the bridge that connects the child to the curriculum. That's what we are.
Love it.
And we take the time to walk that child across the bridge. So yeah, that's what we are. You fill in the blank.
Yeah. Educationally speaking is necessary.
Yes, it is. It's impactful. It's powerful. It's everything that parents need.
Perfect.
And one day, I said, one day I'm going to secure enough donors for me to provide free services. We're going to be in the community. We're going to have multiple locations. We're going to be the face of education because we're just doing things differently.
Yes, that's good. Well, CEO Ty, I think you have told the people exactly what you do, how they need it to get done,
yes,
and what they should be doing to make sure their child is doing the very best that they can. And so thank you so much for all that you are doing for so many children out there and parents alike. You know, I've seen the change in my daughter. She's a stronger student because of your services. And we're so grateful that you have been obedient to the call, because after you and I interviewed on my podcast and you said that to me, I've been using it everywhere I go, and I always give you credit.
People are attached to your obedience. Please be obedient and do what you are called to do. And I want to say thank you for taking the time out. I know your schedule is super busy. thank you for just sitting. You know, you're still at work, but thank you for taking the time out. And I know people are walking by and saying, hey, girl, but thank you for taking the time out for just, you know, doing this for me. I appreciate it. I love you. I love your baby. I love feeding your baby. Just
yes, thank you. I love that. I know she's gonna get fed. She's gonna get picked up, taken to softball practice. It truly is a village when it comes to you. So not only are you getting her services, but let Ty love on your baby, because it will be an extension of the love that you have for your child. So thank
yes,
you.
yes. Thank you so much. I love you so much, and you get back to work.
Okay. Mwah.
All right. Mwah. See you later.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.